The Samsung Galaxy A14 or the Tecno Spark 10 Pro. Which should you buy with a budget of around 120,000 naira or $150? In this video, I'm going to share everything you need to know about both phones and reveal my choice at the end of the video. We start with the contents both brands are giving you in the box. The Samsung Galaxy A14 comes with only the phone and a USB-C to C cable, while Tecno is giving you the complete accessories including an 18-watt fast charger and other necessary accessories including a TPU case. Design is subjective and what I like isn't what you might like. The Tecno Spark 10 Pro has a matte finish with a side-mounted fingerprint scanner that is fast. The Samsung Galaxy A14 comes with a textured plastic finish that makes it comfortable in hand. It also has a fast side-mounted fingerprint scanner. The Galaxy A14 has 3 cameras at the back, while we have 2 at the back of the Spark 10 Pro. More about them in a bit. They both have a down-firing speaker, but I prefer the speaker on the Galaxy A14 because it sounds better. You can also find the headphone jack on both phones. If we go up front, this is where the Spark 10 Pro shines a bit more. It has a punch hole cutout against the water drop notch on the Galaxy A14. The bezels are a bit more symmetrical on the Spark 10 Pro and it is noticeably bigger on the Samsung Galaxy A14. In terms of design, I picked the Tecno Spark 10 Pro and it's slightly because of how it looks up front. Display is another close one. We have a 6.6-inch PLS LCD display on the Samsung Galaxy A14 and it also has a 1080p resolution. Colors on the display pop up and they are sharp as well as detailed. The Tecno Spark 10 Pro on the other hand has an IPS LCD display with a 90Hz refresh rate and a 1080p resolution. The colors on the display are reasonably good with detailed sharpness. The high refresh rate on the Spark 10 Pro is noticeable when you are using the display. I feel if Samsung should have added the same 90Hz refresh rate on the A14, then this aspect would have been a draw. Placing them side by side while watching content, you can hardly separate the two displays, but when scrolling, it is obvious that the Tecno Spark 10 Pro feels better. The Tecno Spark 10 Pro comes with 8GB RAM and a 128GB or 256GB storage space. It also has memory fusion that lets you increase the RAM from 8GB to 16GB using some storage space on the phone. The specs on paper are insane. I mean, that amount of storage and RAM isn't what to expect on a budget phone. On the other hand, the Samsung Galaxy A14 comes with 4GB RAM and 64, 128 or 256GB of storage space. For Tecno, it is a game of numbers and they are playing it well. Performance isn't far apart, but the Spark 10 Pro still holds it down in this aspect for me. It is powered by the MediaTek Helio G88, which is gaming efficient, and Samsung used the Exynos 850, which is also decent for the price point. Handling both phones, you could tell which is faster with just a few touches, but the difference isn't far apart. In terms of software, the Samsung Galaxy A14 is the clear winner, even though it is using the core version of One UI. The interface is smooth and it has less bloatware when compared to the Tecno Spark 10 Pro. The Spark 10 Pro is running on iOS 12 and it's still bloatware driven with unwanted notification here and there. Both phones are running on Android 13 and you should expect at least 2 software updates on the Samsung Galaxy A14. I'm not certain if the Spark 10 Pro will get any Android update, but I have my fingers crossed for that. You also get some Material U features on the Samsung Galaxy A14 which isn't available on the Tecno Spark 10 Pro. Both phones have a 50-megapixel primary camera, but the Galaxy A14 has an extra 2-megapixel macro lens and a 5-megapixel ultra-wide camera. The Tecno Spark 10 Pro has an extra QVGA lens that we can't really talk much about because it's pointless. The front-facing camera on the Galaxy A14 is 30-megapixel and we also have a 32-megapixel front-facing camera on the Spark 10 Pro. In terms of photos, I prefer what the Galaxy A14 does. It doesn't overprocess photos that much and it seems to be more color accurate. Despite having a 32-megapixel selfie camera, I still prefer the selfie pictures from the Galaxy A14. Samsung easily wins the camera category for me, and you also get the versatility of the ultra-wide and the macro lens. The battery on both phones is 5000 mAh and this aspect should have been a tie considering both battery lasts for at least a complete day on a single charge. Tecno takes this aspect because they give you the required charger in the box to charge the phone. Battery life across both phones is similar as they can both last you a complete day. The Spark 10 Pro is my preferred choice here since at this price point I'm not looking for the best performing or best camera smartphone. One aspect I wish was done better or half as good as what we had on the Galaxy A14 would have been software. If the software was good, then this would have been a flawless victory. Well, that's my choice and I would like to know what's yours in the comment section.